I said, "My name is Samuel. I'm a Christian from the United States. Is it okay if I come inside?" And that man, Shafiq Zubair, who was the caller to prayer, he reached out and he hugged me and he said, "Of course, come in." I sat in the back of the mosque during prayer times for 3 days. I didn't understand what was going on. I saw men standing, bowing, putting their heads to the floor as the Imam led them in prayer. I had little knowledge about what was happening, but I felt God's presence in that mosque. And the men of Taqwa Mosque were so friendly to me. After 3 days, I asked Shafiq if he could teach me the first surah of the Quran, Al-Fatiha. This was a necessary element in praying the 5 daily prayers. I was memorizing sounds, but I didn't know what the sounds meant. So I started comparing them with an English translation I had, and I realized that there was nothing in Al-Fatiha that was inconsistent with Christian teaching. There I read the encouraging words that God was the most merciful, the distributor of mercy and forgiveness. My heart was being strangely touched by the words of the Quran and the love displayed by the men of Taqwa Mosque. Dr. Sadiq Malki would later drive me to the Islamic Education Foundation in Al-Hamra neighborhood of Jeddah, where I said Al-Shahada. According to Islam, we're all equal. There's none above another. There are scholars, but their role is educational. As for the relationship with God, it's personal, it's direct. The faith itself is simple and clear. It's summed up in just 6 points. There is one true God who is unlike any other being. He is neither born nor does he give birth. He has neither spouse nor offspring. Nothing is comparable to him. He's all-powerful. He knows everything perfectly. He is the most merciful. Secondly, a belief in angels who are indeed the servants of God. They obey God's bidding and they do whatever they're commanded to do. They don't have any free choice. Thirdly, there's a belief in divine revelations. Islam acknowledges that God revealed scriptures including the Torah, the Gospel, the Psalms. However, down through the ages, many of these divine revelations had become distorted and somewhat corrupt. The Quran, which also contains God's revelations, is intact. It hasn't changed from the very beginning. The Quran, which also contains God's revelations, is still intact in its original form. Fourthly, there's a belief that in all earlier prophets and God's messengers, not just Muhammad, they believe in Abraham and Isaac and Moses and Jesus and hundreds of other prophets. They believe that the prophets were the best of mankind. Muslims believe in the last day. That's to say, this includes the belief in all that God and His messenger have told us about, what happens after death, including recording of good and bad deeds, the resurrection and the gathering of all creatures, the reckoning that will take place on the great judgment day, the prophet's intercession, as well as heaven and hell. Man's ultimate aim will be to save himself on that day. Muslims believe in the divine destiny of predestination.